What you are listening to is real. These are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in Radio from Hell court. Both parties have agreed to have their dispute settled here in our forum. This is I Got Court! Here we have the plaintiff, Dylan Allred. He claims that his co-worker, Nick, does not respect his bathroom privacy and insists on using the stall right next to him and engaging in conversation. And this is the defendant, Nick Davis. He claims that he has the right to use the bathroom whenever he wants, use whichever stall he wants, and claims that light conversation in the bathroom is not a big deal. All rise for the Lords of Morning Radio.
All right, let me bring this to order here. Let me just bring this court to order here. All right, there we go.
So, plaintiff Dylan Allred, please, if you would, state your case for the court.
Good morning, Lords of Morning Radio. If it please the court, my issue is that bathroom time for me, it's a tricky thing. I can't be bothered. I have to have focus. If I'm distracted, if there's somebody else in there, I can't get done what I need to get done. We only have a few minutes in commercials at my job. I work at a radio station in Salt Lake City, as does Nick. We work together very closely for a long time, and our bathroom patterns have synced up. I only have a few minutes during commercials to get done what I need, and when somebody else is in there, it distracts.
All right, I think we understand the case. I think we understand the case.
All right. All right.
Do any of us have questions for the plaintiff, Dylan Allred?
Let's see. Is it both number one and number two that this happens?
Just number two, just the stall.
Just the stall.
Tina, do you have a question?
Is there not another bathroom you could use?
There is another bathroom.
No,
but-
you are not recognized.
Please,
We're talking to
Order! Rusty the bailiff!
talking to the
Take him away in
plaintiff here.
chains. Yes.
I have been known on occasion after the show to go to the restroom on the 12th floor of the Broadway Media Tower. There aren't very many offices or people up there, so it's rarely occupied by anybody else.
All right, I just have one question for the plaintiff, Dylan Allred.
Yes.
No relation. What is really the issue here? Is it the quality of conversation that Nick tries to engage in, or is it just the smell?
It's just his presence, so the smell, I guess.
All right.
Oh.
All right. And now,
Okay.
the plaintiff, Nick Davis, he has a chance to state his case in defense.
It pleases the
Excuse
court.
me, he's the defendant. I said the plaintiff.
It pleases the court that he just dramatically took off his glasses, the glasses that make him look smart. Okay.
He's in court.
I know.
Lords and ladies of morning radio.
Yes.
Public restrooms are public for a reason. If he wanted a private restroom, he could,
Objection.
No, you
What-
can't object.
Rusty, I'm going to have the bailiff remove you if you can't object.
Dylan could use any bathroom that he wants. He mentions that he uses the 12th floor bathroom, and I have been known to use other bathrooms as well, but like he said, we only have so many few minutes to go use this restroom. So, I enjoy using that restroom,
You
and
enjoy it.
I enjoy using that restroom. It's a little warmer than the other ones. There's nothing worse than being in a cold restroom.
Now, can I just which restroom are we talking about?
The
The one
closest to our studio.
All right.
Is the warmest.
Right here.
I didn't know that was an issue. That's a detail.
It has a big window, and it gets really warm. And what I take from this is, I don't know about the ladies, but when you're at a urinal and you see somebody that you know, it is customary to make a little bit of light conversation just to break the tension. So I figured it is the same with stalls. If you know that the other person is in there and you know them, it's nice to break the ice a little bit with, hey, how's your morning going?
All right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
There's a window in the men's bathroom?
Big one.
Yeah.
Is there really?
Oh, yeah.
And it's not covered.
It's
There-
blurred. It's blurred a bit.
There's no window in the women's bathroom.
Do you want one? I don't think you do.
I have a case for next week.
All right. Carrie, you have a question for
That would
defendant?
be small claims court.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
you'd want to take that to. I'm just curious. Are the conversations about a work-related matter, or are they about more just trivial things?
It can be. They're work-related topics have come up before.
Mr. Davis, Mr. Davis, my question for you is, where in the world did you get the idea that it is customary and even acceptable at the urinal to have a bit of polite conversation, from which fact you have made the leap that it would be okay to make that kind of conversation when you're in an adjacent stall?
I guess I just consider the alternative, which would be approaching the urinal and noticing that somebody you know is there, not saying hi or anything, is, to me, weirder than making a quick joke of...
Well, there's a difference, Mr. Davis, between saying hi and then making jokes and carrying on conversation.
Okay. I can see that, Your Honor. I can see that. All right. I'll allow one final statement from each of you. Keep it short, under 30 seconds.
Mr. Allred.
Mr. Allred.
I'd just like to rebuke the fact that conversations Mr. Davis brings up in the restroom, at the urinal, or in the stall are work-related or important in any way. They are not. Even if they have to do with our job, I would argue that they are still not important enough to interrupt bathroom time.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And I assume, Mr. Allred, you meant rebut, not rebuke.
Rebut is funnier, yes.
Mr.
So
David.
you should have said that.
Mr. David.
American bathrooms are the last bastion of American freedom.
Oh,
With
man.
2 stalls being in there, there should be 2 people appropriately in the stall. There is nothing, not in one stall particularly, but in both stalls. There is nothing wrong with making light conversation with somebody that you know in the other stall. And
I think
in
think
regards
you've
to the
made your-
urinal, if you have sit, then you must acquit.
If you have sat, you must acquit.
That's true.
So,
That is
Well-
funnier, yes.
The rhyme doesn't work.
All right. Well,
all right, well, we need to deliberate. I
judges need to deliberate. I think we'll call upon some experts, perhaps, in the deliberation, and we'll render a verdict coming up after these messages. Sorry.
This edition of I Got Court has been presented by Actors to give you an example of how we would like I Got Court to go. If you'd like to be a part of I Got Court, send an email to radiofromhell@x96.com and put I Got Court in the subject line. Include your phone number and a description of the dispute you are having. We want to do this again on Friday, so please send your emails. radiofromhell@x96.com. I Got Court in the subject line, and include your phone number and a description of your problem.
Justice Allred, these are not actors. This is a genuine dispute that we are helping decide here.
You're out of order. You are out of order. This is an example that we're doing, but it's a serious dispute.
It's an actual dispute.
It is an actual dispute. And now we go to the judges and find out their decision. Justice Jackson.
Thank you, Justice Allred. I sent one of my interns out, one of my assistants, one of my paralegals.
Minions.
Thank you. One of my paralegals
Your
out.
clerks, Carrie.
One of my
Your
clerks, thank you. Clerk Guy found some information for me because I wanted to consult some experts, and I found this on a news service called the Good Men Project, and putting down 7 rules for the men's room, including, and I think you'll find this interesting, the buffer urinal, which is if there are more than 2 urinals, always have a buffer urinal. Announcing your presence is very important. So if you're in the stall, you need to make the person coming in aware. Don't vocalize, but merely clear your throat. But among these many rules, rule number 4, no eye contact, no talking. Now, I read this and considered it, and they make some excellent points in this, where it should be, even if it's a funny situation, there is no extreme reason on occasion that necessitates interpersonal communication. Eye contact strictly prohibited, stand Stalk still, eyes forward, like a Marine on inspection. When entering an exit, keep your eyes down. When standing at the sink, it's okay to look at yourself in the mirror, but absolutely never should you be peeking at your neighbor. Never allowed. So I'm going to make some considerations here for just a moment.
Who do you find in favor of?
Well, so far I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff.
The plaintiff, Nick.
No, Dylan Allred.
Excuse me, Dylan.
Justice Allred, if you would please.
Now, I have, before I render my opinion, I have only one question and or comment for the plaintiff and the defendant. Are you aware, let me ask you, are either one of you in any way disabled?
No.
Dylan?
No,
Allred?
no, sir, unless-
Nick? No? Not disabled?
Not disabled.
I would like to point out to you that there are 2 stalls in the men's room. One of the stalls is for people who are disabled, people who are in wheelchairs and the like. It's a big stall, a roll-in stall for people who are disabled. Therefore, I maintained that there is only one stall that can be used by either of you in there, the regular stall.
Thus preventing any interaction at all.
This would solve the problem if one of you goes in there and they're don't use the disabled stall. So, and plus it's just icky to talk to people in there. I find in favor of the plaintiff, Dylan Allred.
Justice Barberi.
Gross. I rule for the plaintiff.
There we go. It's a unanimous decision here
Pretty much.
on I Got Court.
All right.
Kangaroo court.
Please, Rusty the bailiff will have to remove you, Mr. Davis, if there are any further outbursts.
Thank you, Your Honors. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And if you'd like to hear comments from the plaintiff and the defendant in this case, you can go to Facebook Live. I think we'll have Rusty the bailiff or Richie the bailiff.
He could be Rusty.
He could be Rusty.
yeah,
he
that
could.
works.
Rusty the bailiff will
go to
find
the-
out how each of them feel about their opinions.
Go to the Radio from Hell Facebook page. There'll be a Facebook Live.
All right.
We got to go because this is the time, actually, that we.
Okay. And remember, send email to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put I Got Court in the subject line. Include your phone number, a brief description of the dispute you're having, and with whom you are having it. And we'll contact you. We'd like to do this again on Friday. And there'll be a prize involved, I think. So
Yes.
it's I Got Court.